What's up everybody, Teancum here with Sew Yeah Quilting. Now something that you don't know is Sew Yeah makes their very own pre-cut 6.5-inch strip sets that make beautiful quilts just like the one behind me. Let's get started. Now the question is going to come up is, do we need another pre-cut? And the answer is yes. These are specifically sized at 6.5-inch strips to give you a ton of fabric at a great value and to show off your pieces in your quilt. So it's just like a jelly roll but a bigger version of it, and these work very well with your jelly roll patterns. You just make them a little bit larger. So let's jump into today's video, which is a disappearing 9-patch. We're going to take a light version and a colored version, and we're going to open up these packs and start sewing. You can sew right out of the gate, which I absolutely love. I've already gone ahead and opened up my pack here. So I've got my lights here, and all of this that you're seeing today is Lori Holt, which is always fun to have. So once we have these separated, obviously we have our lights and our darks here, it's time to make two different kinds of strip sets that will be subcut down to make our finished block here. So that right there will be your first strip set. Now the alternative strip set, just like so. Now this is a 2-to-1 ratio. You need one of these for every 2 of the other kind of strip sets. But now that I have these in front of me, I'm going to start sewing. All we have to do is take right sides together, and these are full-size strips. Take them on over to the sewing machine, and we're going to sew down the entire length of this. Once we have our very first piece sewn together, now we're going to add on the other side to this. So once we've got our strip set sewn, it's time to iron. Now we're going to do the normal method of ironing, which is ironing everything to the dark side. So now that we have this first strip set made, I'm gonna make the other one off camera here, but this is what it looks like. So now that we've completed both sets here, it's time to subcut these sets down. We're gonna subcut them to 6.5-inch strips across the width of our fabric here. You wanna do this for the entire strip set that you have, but if you're following along at home and you're using up some scraps, we're going to use a total of 40 strips for this project. You want to cut off that salvage edge. We don't want that in our project. 6.5-inch strips, 6.5-inch ruler, super easy. Cut the first one, then I'm going to line up my ruler with the edge of my fabric again, and we're going to rinse and repeat. And one left. Something that you're going to end up with is a piece that looks just like this. You can save this and use it into your binding if you chose to, so I'm going to save this for myself. We're going to rinse and repeat and do it to the other strip set version as well. So now that we've subcut both of our strip sets here, and again, you have to have 2 of this kind for every 1 of this kind. Down in the description below, there's a free pattern that explains it all and has how to make this exact quilt. So make sure you go ahead and download that and print that out. All we're gonna do now is start doing some mix matching here. I'm gonna take this one here, throw that in the center. This one right here looks good, and I wanna add my reds here. Now we're going to just sew this together as if it was a 9-patch here. So this side sewn to this side, vice versa, and we'll be off to the races here. It's a really good practice for everyone to do is open up your quilt blocks here, because if I wasn't thinking about it, I would put these together on accident. We're gonna go ahead and put this side on. Now that we have both sides sewn together, it's now time to give this a super good iron. Make sure you're getting this to lay down as flat as possible. So now that we've finished up our 9-patch here, it's time to make it disappear. So all we have to do to cut these down is cut them directly in half on both sides. Now we can figure out what our size block is, we can do all that kind of stuff, but we know that these are 6-inch finished squares in the middle. So all we have to do is we're gonna take our 3-inch mark, line it up with the seam, then we know that we are right in the middle of our 6-inch block. Now leave everything in place, lift up carefully, and we're gonna do the exact same thing, but we're gonna go horizontally. And now you'll see what the actual block looks like. A big square, 2 white pieces, and a small square. To show you how we finish up this quilt block, I'm gonna use the same ones that I've got here, and all we're gonna do is rotate them. That way all of the big squares are towards the center. And isn't it so pretty how big these pieces are? Normally a 9-patch, these little squares here will only be about 2 to 4 inches, so it's nice to have a really big 6-inch block. Put them right sides together and sew all the way down. So we've got both of our halves sewn together here. Now it's time to iron them and finish up the block. And now for the reveal. You can tell that is the quilt block, but when you put them all together is when the magic really starts happening. It makes these beautiful, beautiful, almost like sashing in your quilt blocks with these beautiful cornerstones as well. So there's no need for sashing, there's no need for anything else. Just grab all your blocks, slap them together, and you'll have a beautiful, beautiful Lori Holt quilt. Not only that, if Lori Holt's not your thing, we've got plenty of other ones available in Fairy Frost and so much more. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't be afraid to share it with your friends. Not only that, down in the comment section below, let us know what you think about these brand new 6.5-inch strip rolls. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. That's good.